from one from the chat and one from the YouTube chat too. So we're monitoring that too for everyone on the YouTube chat. But Doreen asks that she had her first client for East Africa, and she's just wondering where she could start with knowledge, gathering knowledge, I guess, to put this kind of vacation together. Liz, if you want to dive in on that one.
Sure. Yeah. So there are tons of different resources online, and various websites. Our website included has great information. But Alluring Africa works a lot with travel agents, and you'll find that a lot of tour operators, safari tour operators, do. Many who are on the list, let's say for like Travel and Leisure top safari outfitters, do work with the trade, and it's important that the trade knows that channel is protected. So if the client ever comes back to us or to one of them and says, "Hey, I'm ready to go back to Africa," then we would say, "Wonderful, let me loop Doreen in on the conversation, and let's talk about how we can get you there." So that's really important. It's protected, but we're your pocket. I've said this to agents before. We're your pocket experts, right? We're here to make you look good, especially if you don't have the knowledge and the experience that having not been to Africa or what have you. So the best way to do it is kind of get a little bit of knowledge yourself, maybe watch a couple webinars. I know we did a couple during the beginning of the pandemic when nobody was going anywhere. We talked a lot about different destinations, and then hopping on a call and talking either, one-on-one, so that we can, or any tour operator can load you up with the information or the right questions to ask. And then there's even been times where we've done like conference calls where the client and the agent get on the phone with us, and we can, ask the questions that are necessary to put the trip together. And then we kind of hand it off and let the agent run with it. Yeah. So a good place to look is Travel and Leisure Safari Outfitters, the world's best, I would say, but we'd be happy to help too if you need it.
Okay. I hope that answered your question, Doreen. And then we have one from we have a couple from Abigail, and Susan, I'm going to let you handle these ones. She wants to know if there's a good location or country to visit to suggest in Africa for beginners, for first timers to the continent.
I always say East Africa is a first time experience. It doesn't mean to say that you couldn't do South Africa or something like that the first time. I just think people, when they think of Africa, they have this vision of, wildebeest charging through the river. And I think that, obviously you're going to get that in Kenya or Tanzania. And also people, when they first think about Africa, they think about the game, and you can really do multiple days and see different things, every day, and get a well-rounded experience. But if you went to Southern Africa, you would get, the cities and the culture and the parks and, Victoria Falls and all of those things as well. So I guess at the end of the day, it depends on the customer and what exactly they want. But if I was to suggest something for a first time, I think East Africa is like the ultimate safari.
And then I guess, Susan, if you just want to grab this one too, just going off of what you said, Ben in the chat wants to know what are the differences between Kenya and Tanzania, I guess, for a vacation. What would be the differences, and what kind of client would you send to, I guess, one or the other?
Between Kenya or Tanzania? Okay.
Yes.
They both offer a great safari experience. I think mostly people would go to northern Tanzania, and they would, you have to consider that you're visiting the national parks. I think Kenya has more of the private conservancies, and there's a big difference between staying in a private conservancy versus, a national park. You can do night drives and walks and extra activities that you can't do in a national park. Having said that, Tanzania has definitely some iconic areas like Serengeti and Ngorongoro Crater. So ultimately, I think it just depends on the customer and what sort of thing that they're looking for. If they want to do game drives, or if they want to drive from point to point, or if they want to fly, it really, the difference between Kenya and Tanzania is so minimal, but it really depends on the customer at the end of the day and what sort of experience they're looking for. So I didn't answer that question.
No, I think you definitely answered that question.